How Caesar was betrayed by his own family. It's March 15th, 44 BC. Julius Caesar, the most powerful man in the world, walks into a Senate meeting. He's surrounded by his closest allies, men he trusts completely. These are men he fought beside, promoted, and even pardoned. To Caesar, they were like family. And then they turn on him. One by one, his allies turn into his assassins. He sees faces he has known his whole life. Then he meets the eyes of Marcus Brutus, a man he loved like a son. Caesar is stabbed 23 times, not by a foreign enemy, but by his own inner circle in the heart of Rome. This is the story of how one shocking betrayal not only killed a man, but changed the world forever. So, how did things end up this way? To understand, you need to know who Caesar was by 44 BC. He was no longer just a general. He was the dictator for life. For most people in Rome, he was a hero who passed laws to give land to soldiers and grain to the poor. But for the wealthy senators, he was a nightmare. They saw his growing power and popularity not as a sign of hope, but as the end of the Roman Republic they valued. Rumors spread that he would declare himself king. A small group of aristocrats decided they could not let that happen. So, a conspiracy began, led by men who owed their careers and sometimes even their lives to Caesar. Sometimes, family means more than just blood. For Caesar, the deepest wounds came from men he treated like sons. The most famous was Marcus Junius Brutus. Caesar had a lifelong affair with Brutus's mother and cared for Brutus like a father. He even pardoned Brutus after the Civil War and gave him a high position. But Brutus was torn between his love for Caesar and his sense of duty to Rome, a struggle his fellow conspirators used against him. But the most surprising betrayal came from someone who was actually family. Decimus Junius Brutus Albinus. Decimus was a distant cousin and a skilled general who had fought loyally with Caesar for years. Caesar trusted him so much that he named Decimus as his second heir, right after Octavian. While many remember Brutus, Decimus was the real insider. That close relationship made him the perfect traitor. As the Ides of March approached, the city was full of bad omens. On the morning of the 15th, Caesar's wife, Calpurnia, begged him not to go to the Senate. She had a terrible dream that he was murdered in her arms. Caesar was unsettled by her fear and the other strange warnings, so he hesitated. This was it. The moment the whole conspiracy could have just fizzled out. Then Decimus Brutus arrived at Caesar's door. He laughed off the omens and appealed to Caesar's pride. "Are you really going to let a woman's dream make you look weak?" he said. "The senators are waiting to honor you." Decimus personally walked Caesar into the theater of Pompey, leading him straight into the trap. Inside, the assassins closed in. When Caesar saw Brutus among the attackers, he reportedly gave up, pulling his toga over his head. The final blow was not from a dagger, but from realizing who was behind it. But the story didn't end there. The assassins believed they were saving the Republic, but instead, they started a new and even bloodier civil war. What happened to Brutus and Decimus? And how did this betrayal lead to the birth of the Roman Empire? To find out, keep following the story. So, did the assassins save the Republic? Not at all. Instead, they created a huge power vacuum, which was filled by another member of Caesar's family, his adopted son and main heir, Octavian. Octavian hunted down the conspirators, including Brutus and Decimus,
who were either killed or forced to take their own lives. In the end, their betrayal was complete, but its result was the opposite of what they wanted. They killed a man to stop a king, but instead destroyed the republic and created an empire. This shows how one act of betrayal can change history in ways no one expects.